You get cool stuff when you trick-or-treating in them rich suburbs, man. There was one Halloween, we went to Naperville to trick-or-treat. We got a brand new futon on Halloween. A brand new
futon. You know him from Bill Burr Presents on Comedy Central. You're loud right now for Mr. Joey Villagomez.
Matt, keep it going for Matt, guys. Thanks for taking my crutches, Matt. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for clapping for a cripple comedian. Thank you guys, man. Appreciate it. I'm not even a comedian. This is my Make-A-Wish, so thank you so much for having me and shit. The doctor was like, what do you want to do before you lose your leg? I was like, I want to try some stand-up. I can't even fucking stand up, so you better laugh at this shit. Hey, don't watch my crutches. Them shits were expensive, man. Crutches are fucking expensive. You guys ever have to buy a cane, crutches, knee boots? Them shits are over $100. I got them shits on Amazon Prime Day. For real, they were $170. I got them for $60 on Amazon Prime Day. And that's the only thing I fucking bought. I canceled my subscription like 2 days after that shit. But it sucks now because all my ads are fucking like cripple shit now. Like on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, it's fucking old people walkers and shit and canes and fucking blood clot socks. I don't need no goddamn blood clot socks. All my ads, it's all fucked up. I had to Google big booty hoes again just to get back on track. What happened to the booties, man? Sucks being crippled, man. At least I could drive, though. I'm glad I could drive. My road rage is back. You guys got road rage? Oh, yeah. Be careful out here, though. Everybody got a fucking gun in Chicago, man. I had a gun pointed at me the other day in a road rage incident, man. But I grew up in the hood, so I was kind of prepared to handle that shit. Like, this dude cut me off, right? He almost hit me, and I got pissed off. So I fucking followed him, and I got next to him. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? And he pulled a gun out. He's like, what, you got something to say? And I didn't freeze up like a fucking punk. I just looked at him. I'm like, yo, man, I'm just saying, use your turn signal. We got to do better as a society, bro. And he put the gun away. He was like, okay, I feel you. And he put it away. I was like, that's how you handle that shit right there. All right. I felt like a badass all day. I was driving around like I should be a negotiator. Boy, I handle that shit. I got into a road rage incident with a little 95-year-old white lady, though. They yelled different shit. Because she was driving slow. And you know how you piss off a slow driver? Just go around them. You don't even have to do anything mean. Just go around them. So I did that. I went around her. Then she swung it back to the right lane. Right? And I'm like, I'm getting mad. And I'm like, oh, this bitch wants a race now and shit. So now we're both doing like fucking 60 down 35th Street. And if you're from Chicago, she's in the right lane. You already know. That's the pothole lane. She's hitting all the fucking potholes. I can see her fucking beehive bobbing and shit. So I'm getting pissed off, right? We roll up to the red light, and I put my window down. I was about to cuss her out, but she yelled this shit to me. She rolled up next to me, and she was like, shame on you. And then she just made a right turn. She just disappeared on me. I didn't know how to handle that shit, man. I sat at that red light full of shame for about 5 minutes, man. I felt like an asshole. I was sitting at the light like, you fucking asshole, man. I put the mirror down and looked at myself. I'm like, shame on you out here fighting with these old people, man. I'm gonna yell that to some little gangbangers next time they roll up on me. Because I still live in the hood. I live on the south side, right? You get these little punk-ass gangbangers rolling up on people. If they ever roll up to me, what's up, bro? What you is? Where you from? I'm gonna be like, shame on you, and I'm just gonna turn. They're gonna put the mirror down like, go back to school, motherfucker. Stop making your mom cry. Motherfuckers angry out here, man. Yeah, I got older kids. Everybody talk about my kids are like the age of the kids in here. I got a 25-year-old and a 21-year-old. Right? How old are you? 29. See, about the same age and shit. We started young. I was 19 when I had a kid, man. And I'm glad I did that. Because people used to judge us. Like me and my wife, you know, we were young. I was 19. She was 19. She's pregnant. I had family members talking shit. Oh my God, look at, they're so young. They're so irresponsible. I'm glad we did that. My kids are responsible as hell. They got jobs and shit. You know what I mean? I kick it with my kids. That's dope, man. Like one of my best friends, he's 45 years old. He got a newborn and a 2-year-old. He's the most miserable motherfucker I've ever seen in my life. He's always tired. He doesn't come to no comedy shows. He's like, I can't go, bro. The kids, the baby. I'm like, see, you should have had him at 19 like I did. I'm like, I'm on my way to the dispensary with my daughter. You want us to get you something? I'm like, she works there. We get an employee discount. You want something? Kicking it with my kids. I'm glad they're responsible though. Like my older daughter, she's had a full-time job for a very long time already. And that shit helped me out during that pandemic. When that quarantine hit, I lost all my gigs. I didn't know what to do, man. Every morning I was waking up to cancel gigs, emails, cancel gigs, text messages, gigs canceled. So I was freaking out. I couldn't pay my cell phone bill, right? So I get my AT&T bill. I'm like, man, I can't pay that shit. So I looked at my daughter. I'm like, don't you have T-Mobile? What's up? Throw me on that family plan. I was just kidding. She's like, I got you, Poppy. I was like, oh shit, all right, that's my daughter, man. Right? Man, she's bogus as hell. She didn't let me upgrade. I had an iPhone 8 for 3 fucking years, man. That shit would overheat on me. I'm like, can I get a new phone? Hell no, you've been talking a lot of shit. No phone for you. I'm like, damn, she got me back. That's fucked up. I'm just glad they're good kids, man. Like Halloween's coming up. You guys do that? You guys take your kids trick-or-treating and all that? No? Well, no, you guys are kids. With no kids. Y'all didn't fuck the way we fucked back in the 90s and shit, right? So everybody was fucking on the south side in the 90s. You think I'm playing? Senior year, Kelly High School, 1997. There was a baby shower at school every week. I'm serious, man. That's how we raised our daughters. We used real life situations, you know what I mean? Like when they would go out or they would like hang out with their friends. I used to use me, my brother, and my wife as an example. I used to be like, look, don't hang out with people like me. Don't be like your uncle, he's in prison right now. And I'd be like, and don't be a hoochie like your mom, right? Don't be a hoochie. She would get mad, she's like, why are you over there talking shit about me? I'm like, I'm saying you had a baby when you were 18. I know it was her and it was with me, but that was a bad decision you made in life. I'm just saying. I'm glad she's not in that situation right now. My kids didn't really like trick-or-treating too much because I used to take them out to the suburbs because we lived in a bad neighborhood. It was dangerous as hell. So I used to take my kids out to like St. Charles, Naperville. You guys ever heard of these fucking suburbs? They got pills. Right? Fuck around and get a Xanax on trick on Halloween and shit. You get cool shit out there. My kids will hate it. I'm like, jump in the car. We driving out to Naperville. They're like, we're going to be in the car for an hour. I'm like, shut up. We're getting good shit out there, right? You get cool stuff when you're trick-or-treating in them rich suburbs, man. There was one Halloween. We went to Naperville to trick-or-treat. We got a brand new futon on Halloween. A brand new futon. That motherfucker looked brand new. We're like, trick-or-treat. He's like, are you guys Mexican? We're like, yeah, why? We're going to throw this futon out. You guys want it? Like, hell yeah, we'll take it. Mexicans love used furniture. You crazy? Me and my wife are carrying the futon and shit through Naperville. I'm in a Batman costume and shit. I'm yelling at the kids like, hey, Powerpuff Girls, get your asses over here and help with this goddamn futon and shit. Give me your shoelaces so I can tie it to the top of the car. Like, jump in the car, we're going back to Chicago. Like, what about the candy? We got a fucking futon. Get your ass in the car. We get some candy at Walgreens on the way home. Like, I don't even like, there was times when my wife would be like, why don't we just give out candy to the kids and stay in? I hate these fucking kids in my neighborhood, man. These are the same kids that are spray painting gang signs on my garage. Now you want to come and ask me for candy? Hell no, man. Look, this is not even a joke. Back when my kids lived with me, we used to eat a lot of Chinese food, right? And we would save the soy sauce packages. I don't know, Mexicans love saving soy sauce packages. We feel bad when we see all that soy sauce. We're like, you can't throw that out. You know how many little Chinese kids died squeezing the soy sauce out of their soybeans? So we saved it. Look, this is not a joke. For 2 Halloweens, I gave these punk-ass kids soy sauce packages. Like, I really did this shit. I filled a big fucking pumpkin, one of them plastic pumpkin bowls. I filled it with soy sauce, and my wife's like, you're fucking mean. I'm like, fuck these kids, they're getting sodium today. Just do it real quick, like open the door, soy sauce, soy sauce, soy sauce, soy sauce, soy sauce. And slam the door on. I had to stop doing that shit though, because there's one kid on my block, he's like in 1st grade, he's in a gang and shit. Whole family's in a gang. You guys ever know people like this? Like you fuck with him, grandma, aunt, everybody comes out of the house to fight and shit. I didn't know it was him, he had a costume on. So I put soy sauce in his bag, and when I went to slam the door, he stopped the door with his foot. And he took his mask off. He flexed on me, man. He scared the shit out of me. He's like, what the fuck, bro? He said I disrespected him. That's what he said. How you gonna disrespect me on Halloween, bro? Where's the sweet shit at? I'm like, all right, here's some sweet and sour packages. I got a lot of that too. Here, take this fortune cookie. Hopefully your life turns out better. Little shit. He broke my window that night, little fucking punk. I'm scared of his grandma, so it's cool. Kids are terrible. I'm just glad I raised my kids the opposite of how my dad raised us. You know, my dad was one of them old school smokers and shit. You guys got cigarette smokers in the family? They don't give a fuck. They don't believe in lung cancer, none of that shit. They just smoke in front of the babies and shit. Like, pa, the baby's one. Get the fucking cigarette out of her face, man. And no, it doesn't do nothing to her. It puts hair on her chest. It's a girl. Why you right here? Fucking crazy ass guy. He used to let me and my brother light cigarettes for him on the stove. We're like 9, 10 years old. He'd be all drunk sitting on the couch. He'd say, hey, go light me a cigarette on the stove. And me and my brother at the stove fighting and shit. It's my turn, pussy. You did the last one. By the time we give him one back, we smoke like 10 cigarettes, man. I'm at school. I'm in the playground with a smoking problem and shit. I'm in the playground like, man, I wish I had a square right now. Why do you talk like that? Them Winston 100s, they're fucking rough, man. Hey, run to the store and give me a Lucy and shit. It's crazy, man. My dad's a Mexican immigrant. We got any other Mexican immigrants in here? That's it? Just one? Are there any Mexicans here at all? Oh, 4, okay. 3 are legal and 1's not. Okay, cool. I'm gonna do everything in Spanish, the rest in Spanish. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Cómo están? Hey, look, I travel to do comedy and I learned that everybody loves Mexican food. Doesn't matter where you go, right? White people love it, black people love it, racist people love it. Everybody loves Mexican food. Watch, clap if you love Mexican food. Oh, yeah. Now clap if you love Mexicans. Ah, damn. You see that little 2-second delay right there? You see that shit? See how they gotta think about it, bro? Keep an eye on that little section right there. You gotta think about it. Mexican what? People? Oh shit, yeah, they're cool. If he made the burrito, I guess I gotta like him. Shit. It's cool, man. I don't even look Mexican, man. Some people think I'm Italian when they first meet me. Like, I went to school in an Italian neighborhood in Bridgeport on the south side of Chicago. They used to call me Joe Pesci in high school. Because I swear a lot. Fuck you, fuck this, yeah, fuck that. They used to call me Joe Pesci. And it used to make me mad. They'd be like, hey, Pesci. It's like, fuck you, bro, I'm Mexican. I'm not Joe Pesci. But there was one time, this is an all-boys school, too. There was one time there was going to be a big fight. The Italian kids versus the Mexican kids, right? And there's like probably 20 Mexicans in the school and 1,000 fucking Italian kids. So my friend calls me in the morning, right? He calls me up. He's like, hey, man, I'm going to pick you up. When we get to school, we're going to throw down with the Italians. I'm like, dude, there's 1,000 of them motherfuckers, man. There's like 15 of us. He's like, you down or what? I'm like, well, you're my ride to school. I can't say no to this shit. Like, my mom pays the tuition. She'll beat my ass if I don't go to school, right? So we roll up to the school. There's a bunch of Italian dudes out there ready to whoop some ass, man. I'm the smallest motherfucker in the car. I jump out the car. I'm like, fuck that. I'm Joe Pesci today. I went with the Italian dudes. I'll beat up my friends, man. Fuck that. Like, don't you ever come around here again, man. Like, I'm your best friend. Shut up, asshole. I'm trying to survive this shit. It's crazy, man. You got any weed smokers in the house? Where are the weed smokers? I'm glad it's a short set. I'm starting to get cotton mouth from smoking this shit. Been up here for a few minutes. You gotta be careful. Some of this weed is real strong, man. Like, I used to smoke weed every morning before I went to work. I worked for the city of Chicago. What else am I gonna do there? You know? How else am I gonna burn your tax dollars and shit? But don't smoke weed when it's fucking negative 25 outside. You won't feel it. You guys ever smoke weed in the freezing cold like that? You don't feel it when you're out in the cold. And then when you go inside, you're like, oh shit. That happened to me once, man. I bought some weed off this dude at work. He's like, yo, this is some Cali shit. This is like 10 years ago. He's like, this is some Cali shit. So I rolled a big fat joint, smoked it on my way to work. It was freezing. It was like negative 10 outside. I didn't feel the weed because it was so cold. I worked at the Cultural Center in downtown Chicago. So I walked into the lobby, and the lights in the lobby and the fucking heat from the radiators hit me. And that weed just punched me in the face, like, instantly. Like, I froze. I got stuck in the lobby for about 10 minutes. Like, man, I can't go upstairs to my office like this, man. I'm fucked up. Security guard was looking at me. He's like, damn, Joe, your eyes red to the motherfucker, bro. And I'm like, motherfucker, you sold this to me, man. I'm like, why didn't you tell me it was heat activated? This is heat activated. My office is on the 4th floor. I was so paranoid to go upstairs. I went into the bathroom of the fucking 1st floor, and I sat inside the stall for about 10 minutes thinking about that shit. I called in sick. I called upstairs from the toilet stall, man. I called upstairs like, yo, I ain't gonna make it. I got diarrhea and the train broke down. They got me on camera walking out the lobby and shit. Yeah, I got laid off from that job too, so yeah. Like, getting laid off sucks. You guys ever get laid off? Yeah. It sucks, especially when you got kids and all that shit, you know. I worked there for almost 15 years and they laid me off when Rahm Emanuel won the election, right? So I remember that day they called me into the office and my boss told me, she started crying. She's like, oh yeah, Joey, I'm so sorry to tell you this, but we're eliminating your position. And that's where, as soon as I heard that, my mind started, you know, tripping. I started like, man, I got bills to pay. I didn't even hear what else she said after that shit. She just told me my position is gonna be gone. And I'm like, I got bills to pay, I got kids to feed. I'm like, man, I might have to start an OnlyFans and shit. And I'm like, I can't sell cocaine no more. I did that 15 years ago, right? So then the Kate stopped talking. I'm like, do you do cocaine, Kate? No? All right. Just trying to get some clientele going. But here's where they fucked up. They told me on January 1st that my last day wasn't until June 30th. They let me stick around for 6 months. Do you know how much shit I stole out of that place? Like, I didn't get mad like, I'm gonna fucking shoot this place up. I was like, I'm stealing something every day. I'm taking something home. And not like no felony shit. I was just making my life more convenient. Coffee filters, stole the shit out the coffee filters. You know that little office supply cabinet in the mailroom? Man, I cleaned that shit out. My kids didn't need glue sticks for like 3 years. I had sticky notes. Man, sticky notes at home are dope. I had sticky notes everywhere. Clean your shit up. Pick this shit up. Put that away. What the fuck is this? Who took my weed? Put my shit back. There's sticky notes everywhere. I was stealing everything, man. My brother was in prison at that time. I was sending him letters on City of Chicago letterhead. I wasn't saying nothing important. It was like, everything's cool in the hood, G. I'm gonna come see you next week. And I'll put Rahm Emanuel's stamp at the bottom of that shit. Bam! Hey, follow me on Instagram. I'm Joey Villagomez. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the night. Keep it going for your host.
Joey Villagomez, ladies and gentlemen, huh?